All right, here we go. Gonna show you guys how this thing works. Hopefully you can see me. I have no idea. I can't see what I'm doing, or know what I'm doing for that matter. So, yeah, this is the burner, or the oil chamber that holds the waste motor oil that feeds the burner. Now, this is how I adjust how much flow goes into the burner. Now, I'll have to tinker with that for a minute just to make sure I'm not going to overflow the burner, because that can happen and then you have a big problem. So, needle valve's way better than a ball valve, but this is what I have and this is what I'm using. So, again, these are not toys, so everything I'm doing, do at your own risk. Just know that it can go bad really quick. So just be smart, be responsible. If you're going to try to do this in any way, you know, make sure you're very careful. Can't stress that enough. You can have a big fire on the ground, you can have all kinds of problems. Just be careful. So, little blower motor. Uses about 1/4 amp. It's literally the most efficient blower I've ever seen in my life. Doesn't move a whole lot of air, but you don't need much. This is the burner head. Now it's got 8 holes around the top, 2 holes here and 2 holes here on the opposite side, and also 2 on each side that blow straight down, just to get the oil vapors, you know, in a vortex, so it gets a good clean burn. And I'll show you how that works when we get it going here. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna start assembling this thing. I'll grab some of this old oil that customers just drop off. You know, it's been sitting outside for about a year. I figured that'd be the perfect thing to use. Again, all the oil I get is free, so the only power, or the only money I'm really spending is the 1/4 amp to run the blower. Everything else is 100% free. So, anyways, so the air comes in down here. I hope you can see me. And just use a fancy old vacuum hose. I'm gonna get rid of that. This is just some pump diesel. I just poured it in here so I can just dump it in there easier. Yeah, we're gonna get it going here. So just give me a minute, and yeah. And you know, all my videos are gonna be uncut because I have no idea how to splice them together and do any fancy things. So again, we'll just take a little diesel here. We're gonna put our burner head in. Doesn't really matter the orientation, and the burner itself, it's just made from a piece of 5-inch exhaust pipe I had laying around. You can make it out of pretty much anything that'll hold liquid. That's all that's important, so you don't have any leaks. Because if you get hot oil leaking out on the ground, that, you know, common sense tells you that's not good. So we'll just dump a little bit of this diesel in here. It won't take much. No idea the measurement, just what I dumped in is how much I dumped in. So I'm gonna grab my lighter. Again, sorry, doing this on the fly. We're gonna go ahead and just put a little bit on a little piece of paper towel. There's no exact science here. Once you tinker with these burners, you'll get it. Put that in there, and we're gonna plug the blower in down here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but. Well, we're gonna need a little bit more diesel in there. There ain't much, barely any on the bottom. We'll let that get going actually before we turn the blower on. one's not as powerful as the one I use to heat my house. So. Alright, we're just going to get our little feed line in there. Again, I just threw this together this morning to do this video, so. And we'll try putting some air to it again. We're just going to dump some of this in here. Could be oil, could be water, you never know what you're going to get. It's always, could be gear oil, it could be, who knows. But generally it's pretty decent. We're going to try and get this going here. Oh, that's definitely too much. Looks like she's starting to go. I'll bring you closer here in a second. Yeah, she's starting to take off. So let's go take a look at that. So you can see barely any oil going through there. Tiny little stream. This is kind of like a blue flame burner. Pretty clean burn. Like it's inside, it's not smoking whatsoever. If you look against the door, there's no smoke coming out of there anywhere. No smoke up by the lights. I mean, it's a little bit of smoke at startup, but not much. Get you set back over here. Again, I'm hoping you can see me because I have no idea. All right, now here's the burn. Or our oil chamber for, you know, where we're going to boil it off and distill it into here. And I'm going to keep an eye on this too and just make sure we don't get too much oil going in there. Like I said, that's bad. Alright, just, I don't know, some random oil out of a laundry jug. I'm only going to fill this about halfway, maybe a little less, because I don't want, when it gets hot, it expands quite a bit, and I don't want it to show raw oil out of the top, you know? Well, that didn't pour very good. Alright, I'm going to wipe that up real quick. You can see how easy it is to light that burner. I mean, it doesn't get much easier. And I can do a video on the burner itself later, if anybody's interested. Just trying to get the oil out of the lip of the can here. We don't want to have a unplanned fire. Well, it's not coming out, so we're gonna rock it. It'll probably smoke a little bit. I haven't actually ran it this way yet, so we'll see. We're gonna learn together. It's either gonna work or we're gonna fail miserably, but you know what? Either way, we're gonna learn. sure if I even have everything in the right spot. Like I said, I'm doing this on the fly. I'm gonna get a flashlight real quick and just make. Whoa! See? There you go. No faking anything on this channel. You get some water in the oil, it'll do that. It looks like we might be drifting a little fast. It'll get down to just a literal drip. Alright, well, I guess we'll see how it goes. Like I said, first run here of this setup. Last time I just kind of dumped a little oil as I needed it. I didn't have a constant feed, so I'm not sure if that's going to be better or worse. You look with a flashlight, you can see the oil level in the bottom. I'm going to try and slow that down. Ooh. Like I said, a needle valve, way better for what we're doing here. Ball valve's kind of all or nothing. That's very slow drip. Alright, let's get it on here and get her heating up. Oh. Made that little burner holder just to give it a little air gap. If not, you just snuff the flame right out. So. Yeah, we got a little thing. Yeah, it's a little sketchy. Not sure that's going to hold up to the heat. You know what I had. And we're just going to fill this up with some cold water. Hopefully it holds water. I also didn't check that. guess we'll find out. Just got this cooler, you know, I got coil copper in there to condense the gas back down to liquid. Just filling it with some cold hose water. Nothing fancy. Like I said, I never even tested any of this to see if anything leaked or not. So what I'm gonna do here is just pause it and bring you back once I get some dripping going on. Hopefully diesel, not water. I'll be back. All right, so back to what I was saying about be careful. Yeah, got it up to temp and I had too much oil in there and it ended up blowing it. Yeah, made a big old mess. So that's what I've been up to. And then what I think happened was the vapor condensed before it could get out of the line because I had so much line. I don't know, plugged it, built pressure, blew the lid. Yeah, big mess. Thankfully, no fire. Got it up and going now. I took a lot of the copper off there to eliminate building pressure, I suppose. Just started dripping. So I'll take you down, show you what that looks like. Coming out pretty good right now. I'm going to try and catch some in a clear container. Show you what it looks like right out of the rip here. Not a very clean container, I'll give you that. Let me try and wipe it out here real quick. Hold on one second. All right, I'm back with a clear-ish container. Not perfect, but we'll catch some, see what it looks like. Yeah, it's coming out pretty dirty yet. Gotta give it a little while, let that work its way through the system here. But I mean, overall, it's got some stuff in it, but looks a lot better than the waste oil we started with. It's nice and cool, it's not hot, so it's got a good viscosity. Yeah, think I'm gonna switch over to a better container. Yeah, see all that stuff that's still coming out of the line? And that's probably my fault from the explosion, who knows what happened there. But yeah, we're gonna slide this one in, slide that one out, and we'll catch some nice diesel in there. And yeah, that's pretty much the process. I'll let this run for a while and then I'll show you what we got at the end. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I ended up letting it drip in this red bucket for a while to get the rest of that dirty stuff out of there. It's still going, but it's pretty much at the end of its run. We're not getting hardly any drips down here anymore. A few here and there. Nothing worth catching. Yeah, so this is what it looks like after you run it. Nice and clean. I'll try and get there's a little bit of stuff in there. But what we're gonna do now, and again, this is all untested, but I made my own centrifuge out of an old juicer. Funny as that is. Yeah, it's an Omega 1000 non-discharge, old. They don't make them anymore. They still make the Omega juicer, but not this particular model. Now they have a discharge. Now, I'll just show you a little bit about this. Sorry about the camera work here. I'm doing everything solo. But anyways, see all them tiny holes, you have to block those off. Now, I ended up using, don't tell my kids, they bought me this big Father's Day card, number one dad. It was like a foil back cardboard, not sure if you can see that very well. But I ended up cutting a strip of that and sticking it in there to block it. Took the blades out that were in there to emulsify or emulsify, whatever the word might be for that, to juice, because we're not juicing, we're dumping juice in. We're just filtering. Yeah, so that's pretty much the modification that I had to do to that, and I got this thing on eBay for 20 bucks. I wasn't prepared to spend $2,000-$3,000 on a real one, or well, you know, the brand name ones they sell. So what we'll do now, pull that out and we'll fire it up, and we will see if this actually works, because again, I've never tried it. I better get a funnel. I don't want to make more of a mess. I already got a huge mess to clean up from my explosion. Yeah, again, that's how quick it can go wrong on you. Got a million different funnels, can never find one, you know. Let's see what we got here. That looks like something that'll work. Oh, it's nice and dirty too. Sorry. Needed my other hand there for a second. Yeah, well, I guess we'll filter the dirt out of the funnel at the same time because it's filthy. See if we can get that to stay there. And you can see nothing in the bucket. I just wiped it out with a paper towel. It's not perfect, but you know what is. Ooh. I think I'm gonna have to set you down for this. I'm gonna need two hands. I gotta hold that funnel. I don't want to dump it all over the top of it. We'll bring my makeshift camera stand over here. And hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing here. Alright. So yeah, we're just going to, I'll try and stay out of the shot here. We're just going to dump it in here. See how she comes out, I don't know. Coming out a little airy, it looks like. That's to be expected. This thing spins at like 4,000 RPM, so you can dump all that junk in there too and just see if it filters it out or not. Thinking it should. Hoping. Alright, well, that didn't take very long. Seems to have filtered everything out of it. I don't see any particles laying in there anywhere. I think what I'm going to do is, I'll make a few gallons, and I do have a Kubota diesel tractor. It's unfortunately pretty new, so hopefully we don't damage it, but we'll try and run it in there and see what happens. Thankfully I'm a mechanic, so if it doesn't go well, we can fix it. That's about it. Sorry the video is so long, and sorry it's probably gonna be all chopped up. I accidentally hit some buttons, and like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to videoing or making diesel, apparently, because look at this big old mess. But I appreciate everybody checking out the channel. We're always doing all kinds of things, so I'll keep putting the videos out as long as people are watching, you know. If you got time, like and subscribe. Not trying to plug myself or anything. I don't do this for a living, but yeah, it would be helpful. So, all right, well, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.